Hello everyone, welcome back to another Melee Warlock adventure. So, we'll start this new series that I'll actually finish because surely I'll hit 60. Is running this Melee Warlock from 1 to 60, and I would like to make a video every 10 levels and just go over what I did, what gear I have, where I quested, if I had any issues, if my playstyle changed, anything like that. Just some documentation in a short 5 to 7 minute video for people that are interested. This one might be 10 minutes because I do have to talk about a few other things regarding, how we started, how we're here, what's going on. So let's get to that. So we're playing an Orc Warlock and we are meleeing. What is a Melee Warlock? So for me, we're allowed to cast curses because we want to be able to cast tongues, weakness. So in that pool, we include agony. I'm not taking agony out of the curse pool. I'm just allowed to cast curses as a general thing. Same thing with drains. I want to cast Drain Soul to get my shards. I do need the shards for Soul Stone and Health Stone and everything else, especially to finish quests too, right? It's very helpful. So with that, we're allowed to use Drain Life and Drain Mana, which sounds broken, but sitting there and spamming Drain Life with no int gear is not very good. So it's not gonna be sitting there spamming Drain Life. It's not gonna happen. I do use it, but not in that context. What else? Other than that, you just melee. You equip a Firestone when you can. The original run I did on Alliance, which got to 60, I used Firestone and Strength gear and did all that, and was solo self-found, and had no world buffs, no nothing. Just solo self-found, right-click off world buffs, right-click off externals most of the time. So, this run, which is unofficial, we're just saying, fuck it, let's just go all in. I'm not getting any of the meme strength gear, like I'm not getting the, 2 spirit, 2 strength at level 45, we're not interested in that anymore because that doesn't do anything. We're going as much stamina as we can because that's our best stat. And on top of that, we're picking up agility. The strength, I found, didn't really do anything. And because you need 14 AP for 1 DPS, which is 14 strength for us, because we have 1-to-1 ratio. But at level 60, 10 crit is 10 agi is half a crit. So, it's pretty good. And I think at these later levels, the crit will be huge. So, like, how many times do I have to hit with a weapon when I have, like, an additional 3 DPS to get enough damage to equal a crit? So even if I can get 10% crit chance, that's just better than going strength. Though, the big thing is the stamina. We're just picking up as much stamina as we can. We'll pick up strength where we can, if it makes sense, which I'll go over later. And we'll pick up agility where we can when it makes sense. Though agility actually is pretty good. Spirit's pretty bad, Int's pretty bad. Int's good, 50 to 60 actually, but we're not really worried about that right now, so it's no problem. We're gonna do consumes, that's just how it is. We're gonna pick up the agility pots, the fortitude pots, the strength pots. Just give me everything. Let me juice up this character. Let me get the world buffs. Because, we struggled 1 to 60 before, now I just want to blow through the content 1 to 60. Why did we choose Orc? Is another thing to talk about. So, 1, you get Blood Fury, which is 25% melee attack power. It's not bad, honestly. It's pretty strong. You just pop it on cooldown, hit mobs a little bit harder. Maybe usually you notice right now I'm getting an extra 1 to 2 damage. It's pretty good. Other reason to choose it is hardiness is nice. A chance to resist stuns will be nice for PvP when I get it off the server. Cool. And then the last one is Command. It's 5% pet damage. Succubus hits really, really hard across pretty much your entire leveling journey, and it doing 5% more damage is going to be crazy. You get 5% here, you get 10% from Master Demonologist, and you get 3% from Soul Link, which should be 18%, assuming I can add them properly. And the Succubus is going to go crazy over this. This is an insane ratio for us. What does our damage breakdown look like for the most part? Well, right now, with 1 to 10, let me see if I can find mobs that make sense. So, most of the time, your damage kind of looks like this, where it's curses here, about equal to your imp, and your melee is just a little bit lower because of glancings and misses and whatever. And just damage variance, right? Sometimes your imp does a little more. It just depends how the mob goes, how much health you have, what you have to do to kill them. For like this one, for example, we didn't even have a pet. We just straight out killed a harpy, and this is about the damage we did. So, it's kind of what you're looking at right now. If you want to look at like the overall, just the 1 through 10, it looks kind of like this. So, a lot of melee, bit of imp, a little agony, and curse of weakness 35 times. Curse of weakness, actually crazy when you're leveling. So it's 3 damage off, right? Whatever they're doing. Most mobs, especially like 1 through 8, are hitting you for like 5 damage. So now they're hitting you for like 2 damage. It's actually insane how good this spell is. It's so good. So I really like this. The demon skin health regen is also turbo cracked early. 1 through 6, that demon skin regen carries you. You never have to eat. Just melee everything. It's so powerful. It's great. Cactus Apple Surprise for the well-fed buff, which comes up. I didn't pick up Agony until 9. Really, I'd recommend going back for 8. And on my first playthrough, I did the same thing. I didn't pick it up till 10. I do recommend you go back and get it. It is pretty strong. It's nice. Drain Soul, haven't cast it yet. I'm sure I will. What professions are we going? Mining, skinning. Because we have no gold on the server, despite what this gold counter says. Which I'll explain in a bit. But essentially, we went mining engineering the first time around. And what ended up happening is we made 10 target dummies, and we ended the fight with 10 target dummies. It didn't help at all in terms of that regard. It let us make the goggles, but those didn't really matter, especially when we're buying gear. There's just better stuff for us to get. It takes a lot of time to do the engineering. We used iron grenades. Iron grenades were good. Are they better than just having more money from skinning so we can buy consumes, so we can buy weapons, so we can buy gear? Probably not. So I'm just going max money. This is the money professions, right? So mining, skinning when you're leveling is really good. So recommend that for right now. We'll see if I change my mind later. Some people are saying you should go alchemy. Some people are saying you should go engineering. Just buy it is my recommendation. So you don't need it. Still have 10 sticky glue. Let's see if we have 10 by 60. I don't think so. I think we will end up using these. These are very nice. Wish we had them on Alliance, but you know, it's the way it goes. Questing wise, what did I do? So pretty much just did the beginner area, right? The Valley of Trials. What happened there? Was there anything scary? I did try to kill the red scorpion at level 2. It was pretty close, but it did not end up working out. I don't recommend that. However, I killed him at level 3, and that shit wasn't even close. You can kill any of the other scorpions. Easy peasy, no problem. The imps were no problem. The cave was no problem. You just melee and put up... As soon as you get weakness, like, it's over, right? Level 4, I think. You get weakness, and it's over. They're definitely cursed to that point, if you know what I mean. After that, we went Ascension, picked up some quests, went Razor Hill, did all that quests. Were any of the guys here hard? Not really. No, they're pretty easy. Just go through. I did tag team with a dude that was also there for the guy upstairs, the little Lieutenant Benedict, I think. Yeah. So, here's the thing. I sold it by accident, but I'm gonna go get it back. Let me just talk about my weapon progression here real quick, a little off topic. Some things I learned along the way. So you use your regular 1 or 2 Worn Dagger that you get off the start. You know, makes sense. And then you eventually pick up this one, this Primitive Handblade at 2 to 5, 2.1 DPS, 1.7 speed. It's alright. It uses the dagger skill. So I found that the skinning knife actually does 0.1 more DPS because it's the exact same thing, but it swings just very slightly faster. So we've been rocking the skinning knife until 10. Oh yeah, this thing slaps, let me tell you. I think, though, someone can correct me, you know, if I'm wrong. This is just a feeling I have. This thing doesn't have a weapon skill. It's not tied to daggers or anything. So when I use this, I glance so much less than I do with daggers. With daggers, I was glancing a lot. And then I put this on, and I almost never glanced. It was, unless I was fighting mob 2 levels higher than me, I didn't glance. Which is so good, and was just such a nice damage increase. So, maybe, you know, it was just purely coincidental, but when I put this on, my damage went up a lot because of no glancing. Because glancing for 1 damage fucking sucks, let me tell you. What else? What else? So, yeah, we went down to the Echo Isles. There are actually scary mobs here. The tigers aren't scary, the crabs or whatever. The trolls, like Zalazane was, or Zanzellan, Zanzelin, you know, he's pretty easy. The hard part were the voodoo trolls. They heal, and they have a lightning shield, and I swing really fast. And that lightning shield has like 10 charges or some shit, so that blew up my health bar. But outside of that, it wasn't too bad. Like, if I go damage taken overall, melee. See if I can find them. Voodoo troll right up here at 6%, 203 damage from. So their melee shield did 50% of their autos to me, which is crazy. It does so much damage, and by 50%, I mean it literally tells you it's 31%. But you know, you see a number that's 400, and then you see a 203, and you say 50%. So you kind of, if you just round 450 to 400, then my math checks out. But don't. I know it literally tells you the percent, but don't. You know, it works. We don't read. All right. So what is next for our gear progression? Well, I want to finish this quest here, securing the lines to kill the savages and the storm witches. We'll see how that goes. For this blemished wooden staff. So I went and got my staff training for 10 silver, which is pretty nice. I came in here with 22 silver, just for reference. It's nice because I didn't have to buy corruption, rank 1, so that's a silver saved. Immolate rank 1, it's a silver 10 copper. Shadow Bolt rank 2, that's 2 silver 10 copper. So I saved 2 silver 10 copper by not buying those spells. Plus, no, that should be it. Just the 2 silver 10 copper. So that was nice, and then I didn't buy anything else really. I just got my professions and sold all the skinning stuff, and then up here in the chat, I got 32 silver from selling my copper bars and rough-stone. It was mostly the copper bars that gave me a lot of money, so that was pretty good. I had someone make a, you can see my bags here. I found this one really early in the starter zone in Valley of Trials. I found this one in off of a crab when I was doing the Sungeon Village stuff. This one I had someone make because I had 2 linen, and then, you know, I just bought 4 more linen off the auction house. Nice sweet talk them. You know, we had some nice dialogue back and forth. He ended up giving me a star ruby, which I've entered for 55 silver, which is why we are at 97. So that was nice of them. Thank you, Mr. Level 60 Warlock. You know, he's helping out his Warlock friends. And this one was from a quest. I believe you get the scraps. He's the dude of the watchtower right above Razor Hill, I think, is where you get this. We have our skull here. It's going to be nice. And we went first aid. First aid's always good. Yeah, so we're going to pick up this staff. Now, what's next? You know, what gear do you have for cloth? It's agility, it's strength. You got to think about all this stuff. You know, what weapons do I get? What's my weapon progression look like? Well, I could tell you. I could also show you. I made a spreadsheet. All the items that I'm interested in. Oh, sorry. Click back in. So, the next thing we're going to get, the red ones here are the ones I'm really looking at. Like, please look at this when you're at this level. Cauldron Stir. Technically available at level 10. Has some level 14 mobs around it. Hopefully I can just sneak by all of them and pick it up. That's the ideal. It does 10 DPS, which my current weapon does 2. So, it's pretty good. And even this staff I want to pick up, which I will pick up first. It does 6.4, so this is still way better. Then we're going for the Cauldron, or the Wind Rider staff at the Southern Barrens. Then there's like Wingblade if we can get it. Blues are dungeon items. Wingblade would be good. If not, I have this staff at 22. This is the Ashenvale Escort. Then there's the Outlaw Saber, also from a dungeon. And then go down from here. This is a vendor item. This is a vendor item. This is a vendor item. The vendor items are really good if you can find them. Really strong. Big stick. Definitely is a big ass stick. God damn. Does like, if you round this up to 26 DPS, then you have 15 strength. It's another DPS. So it's like 27 DPS on a stick. Where the one-hander before it is 18. So it's like I was going to say close to double, but the math doesn't actually add up. And then we just have some dungeon stuff, and that's pretty much it. There are other items you can get that are from the auction house, but I don't list them here. Just check the auction house. If they're there, pick them up. If they're not, don't pick them up. That's kind of how that one's going to go. Now, armor, on the other hand, I do list when their world drops, because we're looking for agility stam. 9 strength, 4 stam. So there's certain items we're looking for. I want to farm out these gloves in Silver Pine. They're 3 strength. This is 4 strength, 4 stam. Crafted blue overalls at 15. I want to see if I can get that. Shredder gloves, 2 agi, 5 stam. These hand grips are world drop, 3 agi, 4 stam. This is one I had on my Melee Warlock. It's 9 strength, 4 stam. It's almost a DPS. And it's 33% off a DPS. Oh no, it's 14 strength per DPS. It's a little lower. But 1.82% from a Duskwood Worgen. I'll have to get someone... A level 30 I'll probably go, and I'll have to get someone to walk me through STV. We got Stonecloth, World Drop, 3 agi, 6 stam. This is a rare from a Wetlands, 6 strength, 6 stam. I'm surprised, like it's cloth, and it's in a cave in the middle, just the outskirts of Wetlands, but I've never seen anyone use this outside of me, and if I was a warrior, I would be getting this. It is so good. 6 strength, 6 stam, are you kidding? And it's a really easy rare to get. Oh man. But I'm not a warrior. I'm a Melee Warlock. Arguably better. You got 5 agi, 5 stam. This White Bandit Mask I didn't have access to on my Melee Warlock run, but 11 strength, 11 agi, that's going to be insane. That's half a crit and almost a full DPS on your helm. And some other stuff here, right? Tree top leggings and the Archaeologist boots we're going to get again. At the end we have a 5 strength, 12 stam, 21 spirit chest. We can get a 59. The Night Cord, or the Nightborn stuff is really good. Yeah, this is what we're doing. So that's the plan. I'm trying to think if I missed out on anything. I don't think so. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go to the Barrens soon. Just try to snag that Cauldron Star. Maybe I'll wait a few levels until 12. But I'll get another update for you at level 20. This will not be a fast journey. It'll probably be a few months between each episode, but maybe a month or 2. Just depends on, you know, how long I take. Season of Discovery and all. Yeah, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I can answer. If you want a link to the spreadsheet, I can link you to the spreadsheet. I guess to close out, do I think this is better than playing normal Warlock? No. Do not play Melee Warlock unless you're looking for a challenge. Melee Warlock is not better than regular Warlock. And also I didn't add, but we don't use wands. We will equip wands for the stats. We do not use wands. So, something to note for later. Yep. I'll see you guys around. See you at level 20.